Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Major General Iftikhar Hassan Chaudhry, Hilal Imtiaz Military, Commandant Pakistan Military Academy, Excellencies, distinguished guests, faculty members, dear cadets, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It is my profound privilege and honor to review the passing out parade at Pakistan Military Academy. I extend warm greetings and appreciations to the immaculately turned out gentlemen and lady cadets for the outstanding display of professionalism and discipline. My compliments to the cadets from friendly countries of Bangladesh, Iraq, Mali, Maldives, Nigeria, Nepal, Palestine, Qatar, Sri Lanka, and Yemen for successful completion of the formative training at this prestigious institution. This is a moment of pride for you and all of us, reflective of the strong bonds of military cooperation and international camaraderie. The award winners deserve special admiration for their outstanding achievements. You all owe gratitude to your mentors of this institution, which has a history and proud tradition of nurturing men and women of courage, wisdom, discipline, and sense of sacrifice. Pakistan Military Academy's role as a cornerstone of military excellence has always remained commendable, and the standards exhibited today are no less reflective of the same. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since the creation of Pakistan, the armed forces, with full support of the nation, have defended the external and internal frontiers of this great country with unflinching resolve, conviction, and pride. The most recent display of the spirit and resolve of the armed forces of Pakistan during Marka-e-Haq, Operation Bunyanu Marsus, has further strengthened the trust and confidence of the people of Pakistan on the competence and far-reaching capabilities of its armed forces. By neutralizing all threats with remarkable professionalism, downing advanced assets like Rafale, targeting multiple bases including S-400s, and showcasing multi-domain warfare capabilities, Pakistan has displayed its capabilities and will to defend. With Allah's blessings and binding national resolve, people of all hues and colors, age, gender, ethnicity, or creed stood firm and tall like a wall of steel, leading to a renewed spirit of patriotism and national fervor, which prevails across the length and breadth of Pakistan. Our collective success has re-energized and strengthened the proud and illustrious memories of our earlier successes. Pakistan once again came out victorious against a treacherous enemy marked by strategic blindness and naivety and filled with hubris and rhetoric about its misguided hegemonic ambitions. India's eagerness to adjudge culpability, evasion of neutral investigations, and staging self-created evidence was indicative of politicization of terrorism for vested interests of the ruling regime. Pakistan, on the other hand, gained deep respect and admiration of the people of Pakistan and international community because of the legitimacy and clear victory against a numerically superior adversary. Internally, it has further unified our nation and strengthened our resolve to defend against any threat, whether external or internal. It has reinforced the confidence, particularly amongst the youth, that the armed forces of Pakistan are an essential element of national power and trusted with the responsibility to protect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the state. Let me assure the nation that with the help and mercies of Allah Almighty and support of people, we will not lose an inch of this sacred land, And from here on, you all shall be contributing to the same cause and great enterprise. I very proudly salute the valor of the people of Pakistan, every soldier, sailor, airman, the brave men, women, children, and elderly who laid their lives during these testing times, and to the Ghazis who fought with utmost conviction to defend the motherland at all cost. The national leadership, bureaucracy, scholars, scientists, media, academia, and most importantly, the youth deserve rich tribute for standing firmly against aggression. Our Shohda, who have sacrificed for the creation and later preservation of this great country, deserve highest recognition. We owe our deepest respect for the martyrs and their families, because of whom we enjoy freedom and independence. You are the heirs of martyrs. Live worthy of their memory. My dear cadets, you should all be absolutely proud of the fact that you are being commissioned in one of the finest armies across the world, which is second to none, respected by all and sundry. This demands your absolute loyalty to Pakistan, to the armed forces, and the sacred task being entrusted onto your shoulders. It warrants highest standards of courage, conviction, discipline, and professionalism. It demands your blood and toil and consistent hardship rise up to the expectations of the people of Pakistan and to the standards commensurate to the trust reposed in you. Remember, our enemies are hell-bent upon driving a wedge between our people and armed forces for their ulterior motives. Let me remind them that the bond between the people and armed forces is unshakable. For you all, nothing should be more sacred than the safety and security of the people of Pakistan, and no duty more binding than the defense of our beloved motherland. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense doctrine of Pakistan is predicated on credible deterrence and perpetual readiness, encompassing the full spectrum of capabilities. As a professional standing army, our conventional prowess through constant doctrinal and technological evolution has been optimized into a dynamic, integrated, and adaptive force. You should all understand the need for intellectual readiness and technological advancements, embrace innovation, lifelong learning, and adaptability to meet modern threats. The battle-hardened army, which has fought for over 2 decades in the sub-conventional domain, has successfully displayed its capabilities in conventional domain as well by delivering a swift and decisive blow to the adversary. Should a fresh wave of hostilities be triggered, Pakistan would respond much beyond the expectations of the initiators. With diminishing distinction between combat and communication zones, the reach and lethality of our weapon systems will shatter the misconceived immunity of India's geographic vastness. The deeply hurting retributive military and economic losses inflicted will be much beyond the imagination and calculations of the perpetrators of chaos and instability. I advise and firmly caution the Indian military leadership that there is no space for war in a nuclearized environment. Settle the core issues with Pakistan as per the international norms on the basis of equality and mutual respect. We will never be intimidated nor coerced by your rhetoric and shall respond decisively beyond proportions to even a minor provocation without any qualms. The onus of ensuing escalation, one that may ultimately bear catastrophic consequences for the entire region and beyond will squarely lie with India. Dear cadets, ladies and gentlemen, the world is witnessing increased fragility and volatility with a discernible shift towards violence as an instrument for attaining political objectives. Amidst the chaos, Pakistan has successfully emerged as a net regional stabilizer in our region. Our relations with key global and regional powers, particularly Muslim countries, have further strengthened. Pakistan has persistently proven to be a key contributor towards peace and stability in the region and beyond. Our armed forces contribute immensely to United Nations peacekeeping missions across the globe. The recent strategic mutual defense agreement with Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is a reinforcement and formalization of Pakistan-Saudi brotherhood and a step towards ensuring peace and stability in the Middle East and South Asia. For people and armed forces of Pakistan, it's a moment of unique pride to reaffirm our faithful commitment to defense of Haramain Sharifan as eternalized by the sublime words of Allama Iqbal, "Ek ho Muslim, haram ki pasbani ke liye, नील के साहिल से लेकर ताबखा के काशगर." Pakistan has also made humble contributions towards peaceful steering of the negotiations with Iran. Our relations with all other Muslim countries are thriving at an exponential pace. Most significantly, we stand proud of our historic and all-weather strategic cooperative partnership with People's Republic of China. Re-energization of strong and growing relations with the United States of America is an encouraging and welcome development. President Trump's personal efforts and strategic leadership to bring peace to multiple conflict-prone areas of the world are really praiseworthy. We will further nurture these relations with key global and regional players for the interest of peace, security, and development. Ladies and gentlemen, having failed in its belligerence against Pakistan in Operation Marka-e-Haq, India continues with state-sponsored terrorism as a preferred policy. Our adversaries' use of Fitna al-Hind and Fitna al-Khawarij as hired guns exposes its cowering, hypocritical, and heinous face to the world. Equally disconcerting is the use of Afghan soil for terrorism in Pakistan. We urge the people of Afghanistan to choose mutual security over perpetual violence and progress over hardline obscurantism. Taliban regime must rein in the proxies who have sanctuaries in Afghanistan and are using Afghan soil to perpetrate heinous attacks inside Pakistan. The law enforcement agencies and the armed forces, with the support of the brave people of Pakistan, particularly of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, will surely defeat this menace as well. Be rest assured that, like our victory in the conventional domain, every state proxy of our neighbor will be razed to dust, inshallah. Like we stood firm against a much larger adversary, we shall persevere and never bow before a handful of misguided terrorists having perverted interpretation of Islam. Rest assured that Pakistan is a peace-loving nation and shall ensure peace within and peace without. India's state-sponsored terrorism, oppression, and widespread atrocities in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir should also come to an end. For how long will the people of Kashmir continue to suffer repression and remain deprived of their right of self-determination? Pakistan remains steadfast in its principled stance on Kashmir and will continue to extend political, diplomatic, and moral support to the legitimate Kashmiri freedom struggle till the resolution of this internationally recognized dispute in accordance with the United Nations Security Council resolutions and the aspirations of the people of Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, the world has finally taken a note of Israel's blatant aggression, genocide, and forced displacement waged upon Palestinians, which has led to the martyrdom of thousands of innocent civilians, including women, children, and elderly. Pakistan's consistent efforts in the diplomatic domain have played a significant role in invoking the recent peace initiative in Gaza. We hope it leads to enduring peace and stability in the region. Pakistan expects the ceasefire to continue, followed by a smooth flow of humanitarian relief and reconstruction of Gaza for its people to be able to live peacefully in their homeland. For a just resolution of the dispute, Pakistan stands by its principled stance on the indispensability of the two-state solution and the need for an independent, sovereign, and viable state of Palestine based on pre-1967 war borders with Al-Quds Sharif as its capital. Palestine's pain and Kashmiri's subjugation remain festering wounds on the conscience of humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's story is one of resilience, born of struggle, sustained faith, and sanctioned by its people. Pakistan has never been defined by the challenges we face, but by the courage and resolve with which we face them. Despite challenges, it has gradually but surely started to regain its rightful place in the Committee of Nations as a responsible state with immense significance and potential. Through relentless efforts of the government, we are now witnessing relative stability with positive economic indicators attracting investments in multiple domains from across the world. The treasures hidden beneath our land for decades have started to surface as a silver lining for our bright future. Our vibrant youth, filled with talent, is making marvels in multitude of domains. The armed forces of Pakistan acclaim highest respect from nations across the world. The overall geostrategic significance of Pakistan, beauty and splendor of its exotic landscape, and hospitality of its people, coupled with diplomatic, economic, and military success and wherewithal, Pakistan is destined to rise, inshallah. But remember that our journey is not finished. The enemy remains restless, but so does our resolve. We men in uniform shall always remain ready and arrayed to support the progress and prosperity of the people and the state of Pakistan and defend the ideological and physical frontiers of this great country as ordained by Allah Almighty. إن الله يحب الذين يقاتلون في سبيله صفا كأنهم بنيان مرصوص. Allah indeed loves those who fight in His way in ranks as though they were a solid wall. As per Kai's historic remarks of January 1948, I quote, "We are all Pakistanis and citizens of the state, and we should serve, sacrifice, and die for the state, so that we may make it the most glorious and sovereign state in the world." Unquote. Dear cadets, victory is not achieved by rhetoric, but by training, character, and the courage to stand firm and unyielding in the face of odds and challenges. Remain focused by making professionalism, discipline, and ethical leadership the hallmark of your personality. Be cognizant of the diverse array of threats within and beyond, which are proliferating via digital media, populist anarchism, and social subversion. Unfortunately, in the post-truth era in which we live, perceptions bear more weight than reality, and half-truths spread faster than facts. Your strength will lie in thinking critically and discerning fact from fictions. Do not become tools and victims of information disorder encompassing fake news, misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. You must develop clarity, as in today's world, clarity of mind is power. Dear cadets, ladies and gentlemen, the broad thrust of my message is a reassurance that given Pakistan's potential and rising stature, we need to take on the challenges with grit and determination and lead our country to its rightful destiny. Pakistan's flag will inshallah continue to rise because its defenders, that is Pakistani nation, never fail. At the end, I once again congratulate you all on being commissioned and wish you the best for a promising yet challenging journey ahead. I also extend my profound compliments to your parents, guardians, and mentors for this remarkable accomplishment. May Allah be with us all. Ameen. Pakistan Armed Forces, Zindabad. Pakistan, Hamesha Paindabad.